Hey guys, what is up and welcome to the podcast. My name is Griffin and I'm here with
Luke.
Just to kind of give you guys an idea of how the podcast is going to go. It's going to be really family friendly, very, very PG-13 oriented. Luke, why don't you start us off with our first topic?
Anal.
Great.
Hey guys, welcome back to Thought Cluster.
Well, it's not back. This is the first time.
Technically it's back.
There was a prequel to this podcast that I started, was it probably a year ago?
Yeah.
And I think there were 3 episodes. I actually deleted the first episode on accident. So there's only 2 episodes out there. And I had a lot of fun doing it. It was just me kind of more reflecting on my week. Kind of ended it because I didn't really know what to do or how to carry it on. But now I'm here with the homie Luke Meverin.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
It's not going to be family friendly, to get that out there.
If you already could have told. So
if you're under the age of 6, leave.
Yeah, do not listen.
Get out.
Talk about assholes.
So, give you guys kind of an idea of how this podcast is actually going to go, at least for the first episode, and I guess somewhat kind of going on. But mainly the first episode, we're just going to kind of give you guys a little bit of background on us, like who we are, because I feel like, right, that's the best way to start a podcast.
Yeah.
You got to know us before you're actually going to know or care what we're talking about.
I agree.
So yeah, you guys already know that I'm Griffin and he's Luke, because we introduced ourselves. I do have a last name. Not going to tell you, but...
That's disclosed information.
No, so my name is Griffin Deckard, and his name is...
Luke Medlin.
What is it?
Medlin.
Okay.
Middleton.
Oh no, I keep... Our mic's on the table, and we have a separate table so that we don't set our cups down. Because we have... I just now noticed this. We're sitting across from each other on my desk. And we have a stool sitting next to us with 64 cups on it. Okay?
Yeah, it's stacked.
We got a root beer, we got some water, and
Somebody
we got some
tips this thing over, it's going to be a flood.
We're going to fill up the room.
All right, so...
Be a real wet podcast.
Honestly.
PG-13.
Yeah.
To give you guys more... Okay, so basically, who am I? So my name is Griffin Deckard. Okay.
It's a good start.
Thank you. And about almost 2 years ago, I think on February 13th, it would be 2 years ago, I started a YouTube channel called grifdeck.com/store. I'm kidding, I don't have merch. But yeah, I started a YouTube channel, just vlogs, random shit or whatever, and that's kind of been my passion, that and videography and a lot of Photoshop art and that kind of stuff. That's more what I'm passionate about. I guess I kind of dabble in music a bit here and there. But I guess videography and I guess more comedy stuff is more my forte. And then obviously I had the podcast there for a bit. And then just kind of gave up on that because, I don't know, it's just kind of boring doing it by myself. I'm not going to lie.
But now he's got me.
Yeah, I do. We're kind of slap happy because we've been trying to start this podcast for what?
About almost an hour.
Yeah, just an hour of just sitting here dying laughing trying to start this stupid ass thing.
Well, okay, so...
We're in, so that's kind of me.
Yeah, your boy...
Yeah, anyway, no.
Wait a minute.
But yeah, that's kind of just who I am. So I'm 18, and I just graduated high school. A little bit early. And we'll get into that a little bit more, because Luke has some stuff he wants to bring up. But yeah, so I just graduated high school a little bit early to pursue my passion videographer.
So, I guess now it's time for me to introduce myself. So, like I said, my name is Luke Medlin. I've been in some of Griffin's videos on his YouTube channel and whatnot. I'm not extraordinary, like my buddy Griffin here. I'm just, some high school puke, just going about life.
Jesus.
I met Griffin, a long time ago.
We've known each other...
8-9 years.
Probably about, yeah.
I mean, because I moved into my house at 9.
Yeah.
At 9 years ago.
And we met, was it a Christmas party? That's a weird way to meet someone. It's we fell in love at a Christmas... Oh, we aren't... I feel like we should say this. We're not gay. Okay, we're just friends. I feel like we should get... Because it's an audio format.
Yeah, we met over some language. We met over some nog.
I mean, we've experimented a bit. Not gonna lie. No, I'm kidding. But no, we're not gay yet. I'm still trying to... No, okay,
figure things out.
No, we're just buds.
No, that's Logan Paul's thing.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. go into a little bit more of who you are, what you do. What are your passions? Like, what do you do?
I
feel like I'm interviewing you now.
The only thing that I really can think about, other than just being like a normal guy, is that oh, sorry, my bad. other than like,
Keeps it in the table.
Doing, just being like a normal kid. I mean, I go to like JO and all that kind of stuff and like work on cars. That's what I want to do. Kind of not. I kind of want to do something else. Maybe when I grow up, maybe I follow my dad's footsteps, do like being like an electrician or something like that. I don't know. But, I'm not as far as I would like to be right now, but, I'm making my way.
Welcome back to the depressing pod. So I guess and you're 17.
Right, yeah, I'm only 17, and I'm doing the second semester of the full year that Griffin graduated early on.
Okay, so I mean, that's, I guess, a little bit of who we are. Just to kind of start off so you guys aren't going in totally blind as to who we are, even though you can't see our face holes. But yeah, that's who we are, and obviously you'll learn a little bit more of us as the podcast progresses. But for right now, that's all you get, baby. So what we're thinking of how we're going to kind of organize this is Luke's going to bring some topics to the table. I'm going to bring some topics to the table, and we're just going to kind of go from there and just see if we can't start a little thought cluster going,
Yeah, I'm liking it. So do you want to...
Yeah, go ahead and start us with the first topic. Do you still want to talk about anal, or should we get to that later?
Okay, so anal. I mean, what are you going to do about it? No.
I think we should go into anal leakage, honestly.
I mean, it's a huge problem in today's society.
PG-13. Okay.
No, my first topic that I kind of want to bring to the table here is that, the fact that you graduated early, you son of a bitch. No, yeah, so like Griffin said...
I just want to get that out there. I'm not, like, super smart or anything. I just got my credits really quickly.
Yeah.
Which makes me sound smart, but I'm not.
Early graduation at our school is kind of common.
It's like
graduate kind of early.
Yeah, everybody kind of does it. It's not like an amazing thing, so don't think that. Or honestly, think that. That'd be fine.
But
I'm just being a shithead now. Go ahead.
I just kind of thinking about, me and Griffin were part of a friend group with one other guy. His name is Zach. He's pretty fat.
He's a big guy.
No, yeah, he's a big guy. Anyways, we're friends throughout the first semester. We kind of went to the same classes and all that kind of stuff. Griffin actually went into the wrong class at the beginning of the year and then ended up like switching into our class. That's something that you can bring up because that was an experience that only you can tell, because it was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But he came into our class and then we forgot. We just kind of went into our own little world. We just kind of had like our friend group there.
Yeah.
And then second semester rolled up on us like super quick. We Griffin had always kept telling us about like how, he's going to graduate early, he's going to get all of his credits and all that kind of stuff.
A lot of people, when I say that, they'd be like, are you really though? And I'm like, I honestly don't know. Because I cut it pretty close, not going to lie.
Did you really?
Yeah. The week before finals, I was failing every single one of my classes.
Jeez.
Yeah. I pulled a fucking 180.
Yeah, well, I was failing my classes too. Well, actually, no, I never went below an F. I got pretty close though. It
was weird for me though because
close.
I actually found somewhat of I've been a person that just hated school. Like I generally don't like it. But in that week before finals where I was failing all my classes and just like working my ass off to get my grades up, and I passed with pretty decent grades, like C's and B's, like not bad. Especially having all F's. Like I just pulled a total 180, and it was great. Like I enjoyed school.
I'm sure it felt good.
Yeah,
to,
I was just working my ass off on
school,
and I fell in love with the material. Like it was fun. It's a weird thing though, because I've always hated school except for that one last week.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
And maybe what if it's like that? When like people graduate on normal time.
Maybe. I mean, it set into the fact like I'm never gonna have this again.
Right, and then you kind of want to, savor it, I guess, and you kind of like.
We'll go back to your story right now, but that could definitely be something I could talk about. Just the fact of like, because I mean, if people our age are watching this, they don't really know what it's like to be out of high school. Now, granted, I've only been out for a little less than a month, right?
Right, and I mean, that's also something you could talk about is how it feels to be out of high school, because I don't know how that feels.
Well, and you're going to talk about how it's going to be in there without me, so let's get into that.
So, like I said, we had quite a tight friend group, just the three of us, and we went to a class together that we had like we had like 3 hours in there, and it was obviously the majority of the day, And it was, I personally, I enjoyed it a lot, and I'm sure you did too.
Yeah,
it was really fun.
Great atmosphere.
But when Griffin graduated, going into that class without, one of the people that was in that tight friend group, it was like kind of awkward and just weird. Because also, this is like a running thing with me and Griffin and our other friend Zach. And whenever one of us was like absent, we could always count on the other person to be there.
Yeah.
Or like out of a rare assortment, out of like a super rare occurrence, all three of us or like two of us would be absent, and then it'd just be one person. But now, obviously you can't rely on Zach to be there. So Zach
we may have to get him. We can get him on at some point.
Yeah, it'd be fun to get Zach and even Will on. That'd be pretty funny.
I don't know about Will.
Well, Will have pretty good stories.
Yeah, Will's fucking crazy though.
Yeah, Will's a different story.
Yeah, Will's he's an interesting guy. He was actually on the news. Okay, let's get back to your story.
But yeah, way off topic.
I'll leave you with that.
Yeah, so it was just kind of awkward, getting back into the swing of things, without somebody that you've been around for like 9 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, even before that though.
Yeah, and I mean, we've had school together and we've
junior year
and did all that kind of shit.
Luke's a year younger than me.
Yeah, so I'm junior right now. He graduated halfway through the senior year.
Yeah, and I would be senior. And all through my junior year and, well, I guess all through sophomore year. Were you there sophomore year?
Yeah. I was there. That was my freshman year. That's when I met you and your friend group.
3 years we've been, and then
oh god,
yeah, we'll get into that eventually.
My freshman year.
But for the past like 3 years, obviously we've known each other for longer than that. But for the past 3 years, we've just been in school together and like relying on that other person to be there.
Right.
Even more so this year because we were in the same class and it was different conditions. I guess we should explain JEL.
JEL was more of like a free space. Like you could go there and damn near express yourself like how you wanted to be. Like it didn't really fit into the norm of high school there. No. Because it was like an extracurricular thing.
It's a career center. So you would go and you would explore a career. Like the year before this one, I was in vet assisting and then I moved to automotive because that's what they wanted to do and I wanted to hang out with them. And obviously I want to learn about cars, but that didn't really happen. We built a trailer, which doesn't make any sense at all in life.
It still doesn't make sense.
I know nothing about cars.
We're still building this goddamn trailer, and we haven't learned a single damn thing about a car.
Ask me what a carburetor is.
No idea.
Exactly.
But, I mean, it's still fun. We got to hang out together and do all this kind of crazy shit.
That's the weird thing. I didn't even think about, like, how that would affect you guys. Like, I didn't think even twice about it because I didn't think, like, it mattered.
Right, and even after, it didn't even just affect me and, like, Zach. It affected, like, a bunch of people. Like, when I sat down with Noah the other day at lunch, he was like, dude, I can't believe Griffin graduated. I'm like, yeah, dude. He, like, is gone. And he was like, I don't think I can live. I was like, you'll live.
I know, like, exaggerating a bit, though, just because he's Noah and just like that or whatever. But, I mean, for me, like, it hasn't been the friends necessarily that I missed. Maybe it's just I sound like an ass. But I think it's a combination of the friends and just, like, that structure that was, like, difficult for me at first. Because I left school with, because it was the end of the first semester and then it was a 2-week break, right? So it didn't hit me until that next week.
Right.
And it's been 2 weeks since then, right?
Since the beginning of second semester? Or since you've graduated?
Wait, how many years or weeks has it been since second semester?
I think 2.
It's been 2. Okay, so I've been 2 weeks out. Yeah. Like, kind of on my own without break. And now it's, like, really starting to kick in of, like, oh, fuck, And for that entire winter break, I was doing what you do on winter break, sleeping until fucking 12 and then staying up till 3 a.m.
Yeah, see, that's the thing.
Just fucking about.
That would be a story that you could tell about how it really does feel to be out of high school.
Yeah.
Because like you said, that structure that you rely on like every day, waking up at 6:30 and going to school and then coming home and possibly taking a nap and then waking up, doing your homework and then going back to bed and then doing it all over again. Like that.
Do you want me to go into that?
I mean, you could.
I think honestly, I didn't really think about going into that, but I think that's pretty good stuff.
Yeah, I mean that was basically the gist of what I was talking about. It just feels different.
It's a different feel. It is, and I didn't think how it would feel for you guys. I just knew that it was different for me because I was like, you're leaving it,
and like it's like a divide. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you have a totally different experience right now than what we do. We have an experience of a tight friend group being like not necessarily broken but cut.
And for me, I guess it's easier for me just because Do you even want to graduate early?
I mean, if I have the possibility, I'll do it.
Okay.
But a bunch of people keep telling me, no, don't do it. No, don't
I
do
get
it.
why they say that.
Yeah.
But I think for my personality, it works really well because I need to be alone.
Right.
Like, I work very, very well when I'm alone, which is probably why I'm going to kick you off the podcast a bit. No, I'm kidding. But I guess for anyone who's about to leave high school or, like, getting close there, I guess in your senior year or junior year even, just kind of give you guys an idea of, like, how it's like to be out, like, I guess on your own. It's fucking weird. Like, it's really weird. And I don't have a traditional job. I do freelance and stuff on the side and, like, graphic design work. That's kind of my thing. So it's not like an everyday structure. So I kind of have had to build my own structure over the past 2 weeks. And I'm assuming it's going to get harder or maybe easier depending on how I do that. But I recently I found a guy's YouTube videos named Matt Diavella. And he really talks about minimalism. So I've been, like, really fascinated by that topic and just, like, kind of the order and, you know, just, God.
Did you smash your control key?
No, my control key's broken in half on my computer, and I don't know why. I think it's just a shit computer. I don't know. I mean, I use the control key a lot. But anyway, so I found minimalism, and I've been using that a lot, and just, like, having a tight schedule, like, what I'm holding myself accountable, basically. Basically, and I got rid of a bunch of my shit that I just didn't need, and it's worked really well because my room is kind of like my brain. So getting rid of all that kind of stuff just got rid of a lot of clutter in my mind. But anyway, so I kind of set up a schedule for myself to wake up at 5 instead of sleeping until late. So I wake up at 5 and I go to bed at 8 or 9 usually. And then I'll get a workout in. And then about 6 o'clock, taking a shower.
No, it's your bedtime. It's your bedtime.
Yeah, I know. It's way past my bedtime now, isn't it? Yeah.
Go to bed.
Oh, it's 8:30 now. But yeah, so wake up at 5, go to sleep at 9, and then about 5:15, I'm getting a workout in. You know, gotta try and stay healthy, right? Then by 6 o'clock, I'm either cooling down or getting in the shower, and then just kind of relax for that little hour. And then by 7 o'clock, I'm working on videos or projects, anything I have. And then I guess around 4 or 5, I just kind of like, I'm kind of done for the day, and I just kind of relax for the rest of the day. But it gives me enough structure in my day,
which is like a good thing. Because if you don't have structure after something like high school,
it's weird. That's the hardest part. It can
mess you up. Because
no one's holding me accountable anymore.
Right, winter breaks and all that kind of shit. Like, that was a time that you like, oh, hurry up and take a break, hurry up and let loose as much as you can. Like, I have a 3-day weekend coming up, and I'm about to stay up, like, all night long.
Right.
And then sleep in all day.
Because you get that freedom.
Exactly.
But too much of that freedom, like, when you're done with school, like, it
there's
drives
nothing
you crazy.
to set you back. Because I have Tuesday to look forward to. You know, that sets me back to a social norm. But...
like, over winter break, I was just getting depressed because I knew, like, that's all I was going to be doing. And I'm like, am I going to be doing this for the rest of my life? You know what I'm saying? It was just a weird thing for me. So it was like a real wake-up call.
And that's your kind of personality to, like, fix stuff that you think isn't
and
something that will benefit you.
Yeah, and I'm pretty happy when I'm working. Like, I'm not one... this isn't, like, a flex or anything. I'm not one to just, like, sit around and, like, watch YouTube or anything like that. Like, it just bothers me. Like, I'll still do that occasionally, but I need work. Like, I need to be productive. I need accomplishments. So that's kind of what it's been like for me. Just an extreme... I would say if you're getting out of high school right now or soon... have somewhat of a system laid out. If you have work, schedule like something around it to keep yourself, you know, healthy, keep yourself waking up on time so that you're not, you know, sleeping until 12, because that's no way to live, honestly. Maybe for high school and like on weekends, but
right, like breaks and shit
once you
like
get out,
that.
it's a different thing. And obviously, I'll talk about this more in later episodes as I experience more of being out of high school, which I guess we should probably talk about that, of when we're going to be uploading. So it's a Friday night right now.
We're going to record every Friday night.
Yeah. Record every Friday night, and then it'll be up Saturday morning.
Saturday morning or something like that.
Something like that. This is just kind of like a thought that was running around in my head. We both watch Good Mythical Morning. We're both big fans of them. We always have been for most of our friendship, honestly. Huge fans. Took a lot of...
you introduced them to me.
Yeah. I found them through the 7 Ways to Open a Bottle or something like that. Mm-hmm. And we just fell in love with them. Like, we just watch the videos all the time. Again, we're not fucking gay, okay?
Get that through your head.
But, so we really, really like those guys. And they recently, what is it, season 15? Is that what they're on now?
I think so.
They came back with it, and, like, their new intro. One, I wanted to see what you thought of that.
Wait, did they... Did they start that now or when?
Yeah. Oh, have you not watched it?
I don't think so.
All that build up and you haven't seen it.
Well, okay, season 15. Okay, so I knew that they were about to end it during Christmas.
Yeah.
And then when they did end it, I didn't know if they were going to pick it up, like a month or like a week. Because normally they take a big break afterwards.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't know that they had
picked it back
started
up.
season 15 already.
Well, anyway, they changed their intro again, which is, I mean, they don't usually change it every season. I didn't think, well, they didn't used to. But I was wondering, and I guess I don't really have a lot of, like, proof of this or whatever, but I feel like, I was wondering what if there's a story to, like, their intros? Because this one is, like, more, their entire brand now is more Arctic-based.
Well, I mean, like...
But, like, the first one was more, like, forest, and then it was, like...
A desert.
Yeah, and then it was a desert, and then it was, like, that, like, high-rise, like,
right, like
weird
that kind
alien...
of rocking area.
Yeah, rocky type
area.
thing, and now it's Arctic. So I wonder if there's some type of theme, or if they're just kind of doing what looks cool. With The Walking Dead, which we're both big fans of that too, with their intro little cards or whatever, it's gotten, more and more decayed as the seasons have come
and
about.
that's
So
like
I didn't
an
know.
interesting kind of thing.
Yeah, like just a little side note. So I wonder if they thought that much. And I was going to comment something, but I just chose not to.
Well, hold on, wait.
But I just thought that was interesting. Are you watching it?
Yeah, I want to see if I can watch this.
But yeah, I just wondered if there was like some sort of storyline to the, because I thought that'd be really, really interesting.
Oh yeah, it's like all icy.
Yeah, it's. I mean, if you guys don't know who they are, which is pretty unlikely, but
The only thing is the font that they chose for the Good Mythical Morning. If you look, it's like Hollywood.
Yeah. So like I feel there's so many details. I feel like there has to be some sort of, and there's like a emblem or something in the background rolling down that hill.
I feel like they're basing it off of where they live because they obviously live in L.A.
Yeah, but they grew up in, what is it, North Carolina?
Yeah,
The
and then
first
they
intro-
traveled across America.
But the first intro was a woods. Because it was like going down the woods and then it was the cockatrice blowing the fire up.
Yeah.
Like, it's just weird. I feel like there has to be something there. Which, I mean, we can obviously explore this in later episodes and just kind of see where we...
I'm sure people have done research as well, and, we can look it up and all that kind of crap, but... No, that is an interesting...
Yeah, because, like, I
theory,
feel like...
Sort of.
Because as soon as I saw it, I'm like... Because it's just... I figured they would change it up a little bit, mix up the intro a little bit, but, like, this one, it just seems totally different, and it seems more like...
It looks more abstract and kind of different and just out there.
I don't think that their style choices and whatnot and how they've changed over the years are because of, like, budgeting or something. Like, I generally think that the first one was that clean, kind of nice little look because it was the start, and then maybe this is, like, the end. Maybe they're coming to an end. I don't know. I want to point out, though, that in these first few episodes that they've uploaded of the new season, it's a different feel. I feel like maybe, and I don't know anything, obviously, but I feel like they're maybe getting a little burnt out.
I kind of felt that back in season 14 as well, because, like, I was, I would look up GMM because I'd want to watch it in the morning or whatever, or watch it, like, in the afternoon. And they would literally only talk about, like, eating things. Yeah. And it used to just be, normal conversations, like, between, like...
Well, people don't want that anymore.
Exactly. They want content. And, like, back when it was, like, Good Morning Chia Lincoln, it was, like...
Yeah, that was the good stuff.
That was, like, conversations. And, like, back when they did their hairstyles, like, that was interesting to see their pasts.
That's weird to me, and the fact that people like Logan Paul, and we'll get into that here in a little bit. But yeah, people like Logan or Jake Paul who constantly feel the need to outdo themselves and, like, do bigger and better things or whatever to, like, stay relevant. But then again, podcasts are becoming more popular and they're a little bit more chill.
Right, because Logan Paul was known for, vlogging, getting out there and doing this stupid ass shit.
YouTube in general, though. But it's weird to me that outdoing yourself constantly and, like, doing, like, crazy shit is getting popular, but so are podcasts.
Right,
like,
just getting chill
it's really
and
weird to
just
see.
start talking about things.
Yeah.
Which is a lot more interesting because that provokes... Hey, sponsoring Thought Cluster, it provokes thought, It makes people think about what if this happened, or, why this is happening, or who's doing what, like all that kind of stuff. That's kind of, it's kind of an old-fashioned way of thinking, like, people don't really think things through nowadays, and I've kind of realized that in my life. Like, there's some shit that I just do that I don't think about. Yeah. Like, the other day... This kid that goes to North Central, it was hilarious.
Should we say names of school?
I mean, nobody's going to know their last name. Like, I'd say Chris, and nobody knows who Chris is.
I know who Chris is.
Dude.
Chris Hemsworth? No.
Yeah, so Chris Hemsworth, yeah, me and him are good buddy. No, but...
Wait, isn't that an actual person?
Yeah, it's Thor.
Fuck, how about that? That dude's jacked as hell. I follow him on Instagram. Jesus.
Both Chris
Maybe
Hemsworth
we are gay. No,
and Chris Evans are...
I don't know who Chris Evans is.
I'm not gay.
Who's Chris Evans?
Captain America.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's
Yeah,
like
his pecs are big.
3 Chris's in...
Oh, yeah, Chris Pratt, too.
Chris Pratt, yeah. Chris Hemsworth, and Chris Evans. Anyways, about to Chris's.
We'll talk about those hunks later.
But anyways, I don't know if you knew who Chris was in JL or not. He was kind of irrelevant, and he only spoke out. He only came to school.
He was irrelevant?
Yeah,
Jesus.
honestly, he kind of was.
That's the most, like, podcast YouTuber
well, because
thing you
so
could
many
say.
people left. So many people left. The class is super
early?
small. Probably not. They probably just didn't want to do it anymore.
Maybe.
Like that buff Mexican guy that was there, he's gone. Not there anymore. The only people that are left are like the muffin dude and like
the muffin dude.
Yeah, that's another story. Anyways, but Chris came up to me and he was like, "Hey, do we have school on Friday?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Do we have school on Monday?" And I'm like, "No, because it's Martin Luther King Jr. Day."
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "Well, a bunch of people are telling me it's a 3-day weekend." And I'm like, "Yeah, it is." And then some kid came up behind us and he was like, "Not for North Central students."
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "Dude, that sucks." And then or maybe, no, it was before that. Before this kid came up there and said North Central. I was like talking to him about how it was a 3-day weekend for Noblesville kids. And this kid comes up from behind and he goes, "Not for North Central students." And my first reaction was just, I did it too. I just turned to his face and just go, "Ha!" Because I was so excited that I got a 3-day weekend and he didn't. It was just funny that that was my first instinct, was just go, "Ha!" But I didn't think about it. Like, I didn't think about how he felt, But it was the funniest thing when it happened.
But then
he didn't laugh. He thought it was bad.
He didn't laugh. He kicked the shit out of me 9 times over.
Yeah, he kicked my ass.
Turns out it was Chris Hemsworth. Is it Hemsworth or Hemsworth?
Hemsworth.
Okay.
But anyways, yeah, it like some shit I just don't think about, and I think people getting
that was
into
going back to the thinking things. Sure.
Yeah, people provoking more thought, doing things that provoke thought, stuff like this, like Thought Cluster.
Yeah.
Will maybe help people go into kind of thinking a little more and like doing things.
I just thought it was interesting how polar opposites are, because things are so popular on YouTube for being bigger and better, like doing crazy shit, like blowing this up.
I just shot like Demolition Ranch. I just shot like a 50 cal sniper through like 3 trees.
But on here we're just talking about our day, and some people find this interesting.
Exactly.
And it's weird to me that they're both like as popular.
Right, shooting guns and talking about random shit. They go on our lives.
And maybe podcasts have always been... I know for a fact that they're getting more and more popular, and more people have them. Like, that's a very LA thing to do. Like, everybody in LA has a fucking podcast. Right. But here in good old
Indiana.
Cicero, Indiana... We're not in Cicero, but in Indiana, there's nothing.
Yeah, literally.
You know what's in Indiana? You come here, you'll get corn and fucking limestone. That's it.
Literally. We've been up close and personal with both.
Actually, yeah, we have.
That's a whole nother story too. Holy shit.
It honestly is, not gonna lie. Actually, Indiana's about to be hit with a big ass fucking snowstorm.
Yeah, I have to like go home at midnight because it's starting at midnight.
Yeah.
I have to be home before.
Well, I thought it was starting at like 4 in the morning.
Maybe, I don't know. My mom said curfew is midnight.
So we're gonna we can have sex first, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
We're not gay. We're not gay.
People are gonna think we're gay because they can't see. They can't see it.
We can't take a joke.
We're 80 episodes in. You guys fucking gay? No.
Oh, that reminds me. We're sitting in the RV the other day, and Zach and I were on our phones.
The RV is what you're building.
Yeah, like the little trailer
at
thing.
the career center. Yeah.
Anyways, we're sitting in there, and we were just like on our phones or whatever. And Mr. Rice, our teacher, he like gets his head in there. He like puts his head through the doorway, and he goes, "What are you guys kissing in here?" We were literally just on our phones, and he just automatically assumes that we're just like kissing. We're just stupid. But also another popular kind of thing that's going on right now. This has to go along with the stereotypes within 2019 and all that kind of shit.
2019, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah, I know. You can't. I almost said 2018.
Yeah. Well, I said that the other day, and you corrected me.
Yeah, that's true.
We were in bed. No, I'm kidding. God damn it. We're done.
God. You're just digging a hole deeper.
Yeah.
Wait.
No,
sorry. No. But this goes along with stereotypes and all that kind of stuff. But Gillette, like the shaving company.
Oh shit, yeah.
I don't
know too much about this.
There was a Reddit post about a commercial that they released, and it was over-sexualized, over-sexualized and kind of aimed, not targeted, targeted and / aimed at men. Which is weird because Gillette is for shaving men. Yeah. And this is a shaving company.
What's weird to me, though, is... Do you remember... This happened just a little bit before. This was, like... I don't even know when these ads were. But, like, how they had, like, the black guy, and he was, heavy set and whatnot. He was singing from the mirror, and he goes, "This is the man who I am." Do you remember those commercials?
I think so.
Okay, well, he's like, "This is the man who I am." And I'm guessing... I don't honestly know what their message, I guess, was, but I would assume that he's gay... I think that's what they were going for, and he's a little bit heavier to kind of, show like, hey, I can be.
Yes,
this is who I am.
Right,
I can,
right.
If, I want to be a little bit bigger. That's who I can be.
I don't have to stick to the stereotypes.
And I thought that was a little bit weird, but I mean, like, with the whole body shaving stuff going around, like that made sense to me. But in this one, there's like 2 kids roughhousing, like they're just wrestling in the grass. Where in the new Gillette commercial, they're wrestling on the ground and. They're like, oh, boys are being boys, and like that's targeted as a bad thing, right? And they like breaks up the fight eventually. Right. That's so weird to me.
And then somebody on Reddit, took it way too far and started saying like, I wake up in the morning and I go downstairs and I slap my wife's ass as I like, make sexual remarks to her and how she doesn't consent to all this kind of stuff, and then I go up into the bathroom and grab my Gillette razor. And then at the end of it, it makes up all these random terms like toxic masculinity.
Oh, like this that is like doesn't a serious
even
attempt?
Like this doesn't that like toxic masculinity, quote unquote. It doesn't fucking exist.
No.
Manspreading doesn't fucking exist.
I think it does to a certain extent.
Okay, you got balls, right?
I know.
You got to give them some room. But the thing is also, I don't feel like men do it maliciously. I don't feel like they do it
I think manspreading is a thing because I fucking do it. And, knowing that, like, it pisses people off, I do try and close my legs a little bit more. Right. But sounds weird but to say. But there's fucking... I have a dick.
Right.
It's small as shit, but I do have a dick.
There was a video of a Russian woman going around and, pouring bleach on these guys' dicks. For manspreading on a subway train.
There was the BuzzFeed video too,
right? Where
women try manspreading. H3 did a video on this forever ago,
right? And that is
they over exaggerate.
That's wrong. And you say, "Hey, excuse me, I need I'm cramped here. Can you move your legs?" Mm-hmm. Oh, sure. Yeah, you're a nice lady. You didn't fucking pour bleach on my dick. I'll move.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, okay, 9 times out of 10, if you ask someone like, "Hey, can you scooch over a little bit?" They're gonna comply.
Right, exactly.
Because no one wants to be a fucking asshole.
Right, unless you're like an actual dick.
Yeah, there are some people out there that are gonna do that, but for the most part, like you're not thinking. You're just going about your day chilling.
Right, and like there have been times that I'm on the bus and I'm sitting with some random girl because all the seats are taken.
Whoa.
And whoa.
Is she like a female?
Yeah, I think she's an actual female.
You should ask her to procreate.
Maybe. But I was sitting there, with her, and I realized that I had my legs like way open. Mm-hmm. Like I was just, obviously you can't see it, but I was sitting like this, or I was sitting like this,
You're sitting spread,
right?
Yeah, and kind of leaning back.
But the thing was, I wasn't even touching her. Mm-hmm. She was already cramping herself into the corner like this, like with her legs up against the seat in front of her and looking out the window. Well. There's no problem with sitting like this if you're not doing anything, if it's not converging with anyone, or...
I think this is more of like a social thing. Like, I think women will try and make themselves... I think just like naturally, you try to make yourself a little bit smaller.
Right.
I think some women, now not all, and I think some men just try and make themselves look a little bit bigger, like just as a natural instinct. And vice versa too, goes both ways.
There's a...
some girls try and make themselves look bigger.
There's a Instagram... This is...
Yeah.
I don't know if this is a perfect time to bring this up, but my political views, I'm sort of conservative, sort of Republican. Depending on what I'm about to say, it doesn't matter that much.
Okay.
But other people might find it offensive.
Okay. I don't really have any political views. I'm just kind of here.
But I mean, I follow this.
Taking it fucking deep, aren't we?
I like watching things from a distance, you know, and having my own opinions.
Same.
I don't really express them to anybody. But I follow this page. It's called The Typical Liberal.
Great.
And this guy was talking about how toxic masculinity, manspreading, and mansplaining.
Mansplaining?
Yeah, don't exist. They don't. They really don't. I mean,
I think they do. It's just you're giving them a name, therefore you're giving more attention.
Right, exactly. And if you gave, woman-splaining or woman-spreading or toxic feminism or toxic womanism, toxic womanism or something like that, if you gave that a name, people would, be all on top of that as well. I'm saying that Gillette, maybe have stepped into a territory that they're not supposed to be in right now because, it's a very controversial topic and a lot of people don't. Yeah. But
it's displayed in such a shitty way.
Right, and it just didn't. It was completely uncalled for.
It's like the fucking Pepsi commercial.
Yeah, with Taylor Swift.
Kylie Jenner.
Oh, that's right. It was Kylie Jenner. For some reason, I thought it was Taylor Swift.
I think it was Kylie Jenner. It's fucking.
There was one with Tyler.
Taylor Swift. It was probably a good one because Taylor Swift can do it wrong. Do no wrong. She can do no wrong.
Yeah, well, she's your celebrity girlfriend.
That is true. I don't want to talk about it.
No, but yeah, I just thought that was very interesting that that's a stereotype nowadays.
That was the weirdest part to me is how there were kids.
I completely forgot what I was about to say. The Instagram page that I follow.
Oh shit.
When he said something about how those things don't exist, he also said a very key point. He said men try to be everything that a woman isn't, and women try to be everything that a man isn't. That's what combines the opposites.
Okay.
That's interesting. I mean? Because as a man, you try and be bigger. You try and be tough. You try and be, muscular. You try and overwhelm, with your body, I guess.
Because to be honest,
and testosterone that kind of does it on its own.
That, and I feel like just knowing from personal experience, stuff like that, a lot of guys are fucking insecure.
Right.
Because especially for high school guys, it comes across as girls want you to, take them out to a nice dinner or whatever, and they want you to be fucking jacked, our boy Hemmingsworth over there.
Yeah, Hemmingsworth. It's Hemsworth.
Hemsworth. But a lot of guys in high school, we can't fucking do that.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, you got some big guys or whatever, but most guys, we're broke as fuck.
And the thing is, in girls in high school.
I'm not trying to shift the blame at girls.
No,
right?
No. But girls in high school, like you said,
and guys, hang on, to take it to the other side, so that I'm not just targeting girls or whatever. Guys want girls with big asses, big tits or whatever, to kind of put out a little bit because fucking horny and shit like that. And girls just don't want to do that.
Right. And I will say,
that makes sense.
That girls in high school at least, or at a younger age, I feel develop a little faster a little more than men.
What is it? Men's brains, their frontal lobe or something like that, doesn't fully develop until 25.
Right, and I feel and I mean even your body, right now, me and you, I'm smaller than you, but I mean we basically kind of have the same body type.
Yeah.
But we're not the typical male. We don't have insane muscles. We don't have an overwhelming height. Things that girls have to. They're known for being small. They're known for having like you said, big breasts and big asses or whatever. That's attracting to the male.
I'd say we're both fairly fit.
Right.
We're both fairly fit.
But we're smaller. Exactly.
We're not broad shoulders, big ass fucking dudes.
But some of the girls today are to the standard at a very young age.
That is true, yeah. That's weird.
If you look at the Danielle Broccoli, she's only 14 years old and she's got massive tits.
You're gonna say that? Okay.
I mean, FBI, hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
But I'm still underage too, so it's not illegal. You can't say anything though, because you're that would be illegal.
Yeah, good defense there. Well, actually, never mind.
Yeah. Let's keep it at that. Hey, FBI, what's up? But
you see him break down our fucking door.
FBI, open up.
Take me away. Then go silent. All right, well.
Well, welcome back to my podcast.
But yeah, I think that's
women are genuinely fitted at a younger age than men are, and that's why
mentally and physically.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why men have to kind of fit into a stereotype as they grow older for being a man.
Yeah.
Instead of a woman being a woman.
Yeah, and that's kind of being changed though with, I guess being gay being more of a common thing, right? Because I mean, I don't really know where I'm going with this, but there's gay men out there that are a little bit more feminine.
I feel like I know what you're talking about, like being open and not fitting to the stereotypes.
Yeah.
Like there are multiple genders, and I'm not. Obviously, I'm only 17 years old, so I can't really say anything about genders. But like I'm not quite sure I feel about multiple genders.
I believe it was male and female.
That's that's what I believe too. But
I mean, I support LGBTQ.
Right.
Like I'm fine there, but as far as like, I want to be a fucking door. I don't support that.
Yeah, it was funny today. I was taking the ASVAB. Actually, Adrian was in there, by the way. Mm-hmm. He was like sitting right next to me too.
Did you kiss him?
Yeah, and give him a little smooch.
Well done.
But we were in the ASVAB, and obviously we're filling out the bubbles or whatever, and it said male or female, and the instructor made a joke and said, "Sorry, but the Apache helicopter isn't on there yet," and it was just funny, and that was I kind of sat there for a second. I was like, "Damn, that actually could have been like a thing." Like, the Apache helicopter probably could have been added to this fucking test.
Someone could have been pissed about that.
Exactly. Like, somebody out of that 130 kids that were in that cafeteria probably got offended by that. Mm-hmm. It's just, what?
Excuse me, sir? I'm a key set.
I'm an Allen key?
I don't know.
Excuse me?
I don't know how much more we want to go into that type shit. Like,
it was just, Gillette kind of went over the line.
Yeah.
That is what I think.
I just thought that the main thing for me, I don't really remember. That was just the one part that I remember, so I feel like that was the most important to me. It's just the kids that were wrestling in the grass, and then the dad eventually broke them up after, previously saying, well, I think so the kids were wrestling in the grass, and at the beginning of the video, they're wrestling in the grass, and the dad's like, oh, just boys being boys, and then the movement hits him, and someone taps on the shoulder like, hey, like, fucker, fix that. Right. And he goes over and he breaks up the kids, which, to me, yeah, if they're fucking, bashing each other facing with bricks or some shit. Yeah, break it up.
Stop it.
But like they were just roughhousing. Like that's boys do that.
Like how that's you and Adrian will play together.
Yeah, we would fuck around and get a bloody nose here and there, but like you just keep playing because that's just that's fun.
It's genuine fun, and it's how kids find.
Some guys like to play with dolls, right? Mm-hmm. Like do it, and I probably did with my sister. I definitely did, right? But they need that guy-on-guy action.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I had a buddy, that lived next to me when I was a kid, and me and him played all the time. But it wasn't like a thing where, dude, that one night that you went and we played hide and seek, mind you, we're probably the same age. I was 16 and Griffin was probably 17. But that one night that you played hide and seek, and I could not find you. You were like behind that car or whatever, like down the street. And I went the other way past that guy's house, and he started following me. Mm-hmm. And then I got super pissed off. And then my parents got pissed off that I was like out after curfew near people's house. Like that, it just didn't feel the same, like how it should have been. Like, kids are playing. Yeah, but then again, it was after curfew. But
yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, it was just, why did I have to be followed? Why did I have to be scared?
Okay. Yeah.
To go out in my neighborhood to look for a buddy, like
that's
just
more of like just the world and shit.
Right, but I was still, boys will be boys. It was,
I just thought that was weird that was their focus, and like that was like a highlight of the video. Just thought that was a bit stupid. Yeah, my dog is on my bed in the background moaning.
All right, so you got what is it, Logan Paul next?
It's kind of like what we've already been talking about. He just made the whole... so Logan Paul, after the whole Suicide Forest thing, he made a statement on his... I guess it's his podcast. I'm not 100% sure. I didn't actually watch it. Couldn't really be bothered. So we won't talk too much about it. But he made a statement like, I'm going to try and go gay for a month, right? On the podcast, no one really, moved... No one moved an inch. They didn't really care. But as soon as the podcast came out and people started talking about it, they freaked the fuck out, especially on Twitter. Like, people were freaking the fuck out. I'm assuming everyone kind of knows about this by now.
Right.
But everyone freaked the fuck out. And now, don't get me wrong, I get it. I get why people were mad. because, you know, I guess it's not a choice to be gay, right? That's just not a thing. My dog's panting because she's fat. But yeah, it's not a choice to be gay. I didn't actually know that. But apparently that's not a choice. But what confused me the most is that people were like, I thought the suicide forest thing was bad. But now this is like crossing the line. Like, yeah, it's offensive, no doubt. You know, I could definitely see that. Now, personally, I'm not offended because I don't really give a shit. That's just kind of my personality.
Especially the person and the topic.
I don't care. And plus, why are you giving him more of a platform?
Exactly. Like,
if you don't like him, don't talk about
him.
It. Yeah. But to say this is worse than filming a dead guy, I think you're overstepping a line. Like, that's fucking stupid.
It's
disrespectful, but still.
Where people, you know, kind of take these stereotypes and they put them up on a pedestal. They put them up on a throne. Oh, being gay is like a perfect thing. And if you're gay, you know, you got all this.
Logan Paul is a weird dude, right? Kind of a different little breed he's got going on there. What if this is the first thing I thought about, and I haven't really heard a whole lot of people talk about this. Actually, anybody. What if that was his like kind of way of like hinting at like, hey, I'm gay. You know, maybe that was him trying to come out and like everybody just shut him down. You know, it was like, oh, fuck you. You know, you're doing this thing. Granted, it's a bad way to come out, right? And maybe it's disrespectful to people. Bad way. You know, but still, like, what if he's a weird dude? What if that was like his way of coming out and you just like totally like fucked him up?
And what I think is, there was it was a really stupid skit by the Impractical Jokers. I'm sure you know about it.
I don't know.
Well, not what I'm talking about, but the Impractical Jokers, the four guys. Well, anyways, it was like these four guys. They have like a TV show. Maybe some of you guys know, where they just prank each other and all that kind of shit. Well, it was funny. One of them was on a TV. They were all on a TV show, and one of them goes, "Well, I'm gay," and then everybody was like, "Oh, nice, he came out," or whatever like that. And then one of the other dudes was like, "Well, you know, you got my courage up and all my confidence up. I'm gay too." And everybody was like, "Oh, that's awesome! You know, you get two guys coming out." And then the guy that said it the first time, he goes, "You know, I said that just so he would admit it." And I was like, "Dude, that's the awesomest thing." But obviously, it was kind of wrong.
Yeah.
But none of them are actually gay.
Yeah.
But it was just funny. But there are so many ways to go about coming out, even if it's scary.
Yeah.
Which I can kind of get. Coming out as being gay is still scary because it's still frowned upon.
Yeah. By a lot of people.
A lot of people. But it's still supported by a lot of people.
Yeah.
But coming out, I mean, if Logan Paul seriously came out that way.
I'm not saying that was a legit thing, but I'm just saying like.
But if he did come out that way, that was a very bad way of doing it, and almost like you said, as bad as, if not less than worse than filming a dead guy.
I don't even think it comes close to filming a dead
guy.
No,
No, that's what I said.
Okay.
Like, I'm just saying it's bad, but it doesn't come close to filming a dead guy. I'm saying you could have done it in a way better way, even if you were scared. Mm-hmm. Like, and that pissed off a bunch of gay people, too. People who fit into those stereotypes saying, "Yeah, I'm going to be gay for a month, you know? Let's try it out." It's not a choice. Yeah. Like, I can get them people, you know, are born that way or whatever. Yeah.
I can get if people are mad and they feel like they want to say something. But at the same time, like what I said about him, maybe that's his way of coming out as gay because he's a weird dude. Right. Well, take that the other way. He's a weird dude. He's just trying to get more attention, maybe. Yeah. So don't fucking talk about it.
Yeah. Like
some things
Logan Paul did something extremely wrong twice now.
Yeah.
You don't film dead people and you don't say that you're going to go gay for a certain amount of time. Yeah. It's just not a good idea.
I just want to try dick. I just want to give it a go.
Just see how it tastes.
One time.
It was wrong.
So see how it tastes.
Give it a couple licks.
Give it a lap. Give it a lap or two.
But no, I completely agree.
I love that. Just want to suck some dick, real quick.
So.
Hemmingsworth, man, fucking hell.
He's out here.
Well, that took a different turn than I thought it was going to.
But hey, we got some thoughts out there, dude.
Yeah, we did get some thoughts. So yeah, hopefully that gave you guys some stuff to thought about. By the way, it's thought spelled out. It's not thought like thought. You know what I'm saying? It's not THOT.
Yeah, it's thought as in
THOUGHT.
Like brain
Did I spell that right?
waves.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
It's it's spelled out in the title.
GHT. Thought.
I guess it could be thought. We could have thought time where we just talk about thoughts. I guess kind of give you guys an idea of our schedule if you want to catch up with us. Hopefully we can get a little bit better at this. This episode was a little bit weird.
Right.
For us
a
at least.
A little awkward, yeah.
Not gonna lie. But yeah, so hopefully we'll film every single Friday, and we'll have a video up every morning on Saturday.
Right.
Best we can, which will be that. So yeah, about an hour-long episode every Saturday morning. Check us out. You know, come back and fucking absorb and smoke
just
down.
Take it in. Eat it
Here's
all
how
up.
to enjoy Thought Cluster. All right, you sit down with the buds. All right, maybe bust open a can of suds. All right, and you just puff down on a fucking heater. All right. Just
take
think.
her in.
Just fucking think. At this point, I think we're pretty washed out.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're talking about at this point. So yeah, it's gonna do it for the first episode of Thought Cluster. Thanks for fucking joining us.